this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders are hoping to provide stability for each other starting in 2022. It's the 3rd team in 3 years for Wentz and the 4th starter in 4 years for Washington. The big thing with Wentz has always been staying on the field. And last season in Indianapolis, he played a full 17 games, leading the Colts to a 9-8 record and almost into the playoffs.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
There's no doubt that Curtis Samuel and Washington would both welcome a redo at his first year there. Injuries kept him to less than 100 snaps across 5 games. Everyone's hoping a return to health gets him back on track, but he's making a push for his first 1,000-yard season in Carolina. That catch there, good for a 1st down. Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington 1st down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the 1st down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more. Down. Throwing is Wentz.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Wentz to throw again. And down inside the 15 he goes. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another 1st down.
Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? It's actually been the opposite.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Harold Landry coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Wentz on 3rd down.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson from 10 yards out. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
That opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out of that first drive. I'm trying to do better.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. To throw is Tannehill.
That's complete to Treylon Burks.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first down carry for Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Tannehill. And finding the tight end Hooper.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick six ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And a Washington offense heading out. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Complete, it's Dodson.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And he finds McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route. Had plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st down, Wentz.
And yet again, it's McLaurin. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Wentz going to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
25 yards for Derrick Henry. And the Titans have taken the lead.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
From the 6.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one. He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet? Go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up.
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a third. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On play action, Wentz. He's got a man complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. To throw is Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Tannehill's throw into the hands of Hooper. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Tannehill. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Henry up the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Erickson now to return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Tressway now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here. But that will be how this first half comes to an end.
Well, no sooner do the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, 3rd quarter, ready to go.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. Yeah, he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll roll him out right. This is brought in by Gibson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
13 yards there at a Washington first.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Wentz now to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And now the punter, Tressway, as he sends this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
There you go. There you go.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Tannehill. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tannehill.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, here's Tannehill.
He gets it to Burks again.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw is Tannehill. It's caught by Hooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Tannehill throwing again.
This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The toss left, Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. Tannehill now to throw. Touchdown!
Nick Westbrook-Akine.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Wentz now on 1st down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Slings this deep for McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the 2nd half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. And a Washington offense going back to work. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 73 yards.
And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods.
Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Well, at 1st down, Henry with a little bit of running room. Nice gain. He'll get about 6 yards there.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll run. It's Henry. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here's Tannehill. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Bolnick's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this ball?
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them this one is now planted.